Hi everyone, welcome back to Total War Therapy. I'm Alberto, it's a Saturday night here in Italy and I should be out with my friends, but instead, since I hate people, I prefer to be here and share with you all the details that I picked up from the last gameplay reveal about Total War Warhammer 40k. I'm looking forward to show you everything that I found out, so let's not waste any more time and let's begin. Don't forget to subscribe, of course, if you want to support my channel, and let's begin. Hi, I'm Alberto, I'm a real person, and here you will find the beginner's guide, the battle unit roster, tier list, ranking, and many shorts, so if you wanna support the channel, please consider to subscribe. Let's start with a closer look to the army interface or panel, I don't know how to call it, but yes, as you can see, unlike Total War Warhammer 3, the unit cards will not be anymore in a single straight line, but they will be split into two lines, but the good news is that they're gonna be still 20, and I feel relieved by this information because, the gameplay looks a little more complex than the one of Total War Warhammer 3, and, managing 20 units is already a lot of effort, so we didn't want more of them to take care of, and, at the same time, I'm not sure how it works in case you have a couple of armies like in Total War Warhammer 3. So yes, I don't know about that, but I'm happy that the main army can be only of 20 units. But maybe I'm wrong, we're gonna find out very soon. And in the second part of the screen we can see finally the unit card, or at least I assume it's that it's very different. It looks different from the one in Total War Warhammer 3, and right now I cannot understand anything because it's in another language, or at least in a language that I cannot speak, because apparently Zhao Ming is the director of this gameplay. But yes, we can see that there are some stats and some numbers, some points, some scores. So yes, we're gonna find out later how they work, what elements of the unit they show. But yes, for now it's a little more futuristic compared to Total War Warhammer 3, and it's okay. The third part of the screen is about the commands that in Total War Warhammer 3 are at the bottom of the screen, and there is the command to stop the unit, to keep firing, to switch the melee armament with the missile armament, and all that kind of stuff, and apparently they will be shifted to the side, and yeah, in any case I guess that those are the commands, but I may be wrong, so tell me in the comments if your opinion is different. And then there is some other numbers that I'm not sure what they are. Maybe it's the score of the mission, of the battle, or something like that. And in the last fourth part of the screen we can see the map with some army abilities. We were already used to have the map on the right side, and also the army abilities that they were in a column, so they were put vertically, but right now we are gonna have this this symbol with some cooldowns that probably is it's the time that you need to wait if you want to use that army ability again, and we're gonna see very soon some of them, and as you will see, they are quite destructive. In any case, it's a good way to show all this information. Now, something that you can do in this game is to deploy some reinforcements when apparently your army is lacking units. So when you don't have any more 20 units, apparently, this is just my guess, you can deploy more units from a pool of I don't know, some reserve units maybe, and this mechanics is very cool. I always wanted a way to play this game that looks more like a waves battle or something like that. So it's good that when you lose some units you can replace some of them with new ones, fresh ones, But yes, of course, I don't think that this number of reserve units is unlimited. So maybe you have access to 10 more, 5 more, and that's it. And I mean, overall, it's a nice idea. And now let's see some army abilities that they were shown in the gameplay. For example, we have some planes that will fly above the battlefield and drop some bombs, and also a beam of light that will incinerate the battlefield, and probably it's an orbital light, an orbital beam that I mean is performed by the ship in the space. And also we have a giant explosion that I mean it looks very huge. So these kind of army abilities are definitely strong, but I'm afraid that they may be too you know, devastating, destructing, and destroying, and this is not very good. I don't like you know, army abilities that can change the tides of the battle that fast. So I really hope that it's just a lot of smoke, but actually they don't cook a lot of meat, because otherwise the game can be too easy or too, you know, too hard, depends. And now let's have a closer look to what they said about the destroying buildings and also the ambush mechanics, because apparently you can hide some of your troops behind some buildings, so they will not be spotted by the enemies, and then you can just command them to destroy the buildings, so they can you know, come up, surprise, and attack the enemies at their flanks, at their back. That it's a nice idea. Of course, these you know, amplify the range of tactics that you have at your disposal, and it's great. It's just a little more complicated for, I mean, if you are just approaching the game, because I mean, they can actually surprise you from a building that I mean, as we are used, you know, the buildings cannot be destroyed, so don't worry, they are there, they cannot reach you. No, in this game they can destroy some buildings and you know, make you a surprise. And yeah, this is very nice. I just want to know how it is implemented in the game. And then a last thing that I noticed is that you will be able to deploy your units in a more adaptive way, because as you can see, once you command your units to reach a location, they will adapt to the terrain of that location. They will you know, make a kind of army formation, of course taking advantage of the kind of the terrain, if there is some obstacles that they can use as shields. And this is very interesting. Of course, I already played you know, it was Dawn of War maybe, where the units were already acting in this way, and it's very interesting because it's more realistic. Okay, it's how some troops in a real battlefield would act, so using the terrain to their advantage. So yes, I'm quite happy about this new way of deploying at least the infantry. Now we can finally talk about the units, and at least the units that have been officially mentioned in the trailer. And let's start with the Scout Sentinel, that is basically this AT-RT from Star Wars. That this unit reminds me of that, and I'm happy because I told you that I wanted a Star Wars, a Total War Star Wars. So this is what we got for now, but they already have the animation for a future maybe game about Total War. And yes, they say that this unit is made to scout the battlefield, and also, to pay some surprises, to find to spot some enemies. And I didn't expect that they had this role, but the good news is that you can personalize their weapons, and there are many options, from Gatling to flamethrowers, to missile launchers and stuff like that. This is very interesting, and we are used to have some units that are like that. Maybe we have a weapon variant, but if you can choose yourself the weapon variant of your units, it's incredibly more fun, and I'm so happy about this decision. I hope that they can implement it, maybe not in Total War Warhammer 3, but in the future medieval fantasy game as well. And yes, keep up like that, Creative Assembly. And the second unit that was officially mentioned in the gameplay are the Cadian shock troops, that basically are supposed to be the core battle line infantry of your Astra Militarum faction. They rely more on the large number of the unit and not on the on their missile power. So they will be basically the backbone of your army, but not any assault troops. So they will not be very offensive. But still, I mean, I already love them. Another unit that is a little more elite apparently are the Kasrkin. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. That it's, as I said, a higher tier infantry, in this case with some very powerful ranged weapons that have a lot of accuracy and maybe armor piercing damage in the way that I'm used to think, but maybe they will change this kind of all the categories of damage in the game. They will be a little more expensive and more limited in the number, and of course more fragile in case they get targeted by some melee units. But yes, they will be the deck gunners of the of the Vampire Coast for Total War Warhammer 40k. And then, if you are not tired of the Ogre Kingdoms in Total War Warhammer 3, I'm happy to announce that you will be able to play with them also in Total War Warhammer 40k. So let me introduce you to the Ogryns, that apparently are these ogre heavy infantry with some close range weapons. Probably they will be also great in melee. Of course they are a little slower, limited in number, but far more durable in sorry, in melee, and also more resistant. Okay, I need to take some water, but yes, apparently it's like that, and I'm so happy. I mean, it's a good way to pass the torch from Total War Warhammer 3 to Total War Warhammer 40k, to take some elements from there. Maybe we're gonna also see all the demonic factions in 40k, I don't know, but it will be quite exciting. And yes, I mean, they're not very smart, but their loyalty is absolute. And we can see also some units from the Orks side, and one of them are the Meganobz. I hope I pronounced them correctly. That are these elite shock heavy melee infantry with massive armor, so a little slower, but even expensive, but apparently they will cause a lot of hard hitting damage to the enemies. They can devastate front line, and you can personalize them to be more missile, more melee, and this is great. And I just thought right now that maybe they can use these mechanics for the Stormfiends in the Skaven roster. And it would be nice, because the Stormfiends are the perfect unit to try something like that. So you can decide if giving them some melee weapons, some missile weapons, and which different kind of missile weapons. In any case, the more I talk about these units, the more I get excited, because this is a dream. You can personalize everything. And yes, this unit, these mechanical orcs, that of course these minor factions are always smarter than many humans, in my opinion. Their intelligence may be just luck, but in any case it's overwhelming. Then we have the Stormboyz, that are basically these fast assault infantry with jetpacks. They will be able to fly, or maybe just to cover large distances in few seconds, and this is a nice way to attack the sides or the back of the enemies all of a sudden. They will not expect it, And yes, they will be strong in melee, but probably just with the surprise effect. They cannot, you know, handle a front-to-front, a face-to-face fight with a unit of the same tier. But this is just my my opinion. They are a little more lightly armored, but with heavy damage. And yes, I mean, this is another crazy unit. Probably there will be also other factions with some jetpacks, infantry, and yeah, it's very cool. Then we have the last unit mentioned for the Astra Militarum, that is the Baneblade. That is this giant, super heavy tank, considered a mobile fortress with all these weaponry, very varied weaponry of different weapons, from missile launchers to Gatling guns, and I mean, this is so cool. This is, I mean, if you consider that the closer thing that we have to this huge war machine is the Thunderbird of the land ship, that are amazing, probably aesthetically are better, but this will be, you know, a huge fortress, just you know, running probably not, but moving and you know, shooting at everything. And I mean, it will have also a psychologically impact, not I forgot the name. Why I forgot the words? Believe me, it's crazy. I'm getting old. I'm really getting old. Okay, the word was negligible, and I found out that I never knew this word. I just thought of that in Italian and I didn't know how to translate it. But yes, I mean, this will be super tanky, and I'm so happy to have a war machine. I mean, war machines are my favorite units, so yeah, the more of them, the more I am happy. And the last unit, this time from the Orks side of the battle. Here we have the Stompa. The Stompa is this titanic war machine that it's not a monster, but it's still a centerpiece unit that you can use in your army with a lot of melee and missile weapons. It has, it's supposed to be a lot of health, and of course you can personalize all the weapons that you wanna keep this war machine with. It's apparently very expensive, and I expect my enemies to you know, focus their fire and their attention on that. But yes, I mean, it's amazing. I'm so happy about that, and yeah, I'm looking forward to play with that in the game. Now the video is over. As you can see, I'm starting to study all the Total War Warhammer 40k settings, because I mean, I'm a little behind, but I hope that you can appreciate my little efforts. In any case, you are free to tell me in the comments what you think. And yes, I can see a bright future ahead of us. Maybe it's just me, maybe this channel will die very soon, but who knows, maybe this is just the beginning of something very great. I would say legendary.